Hey guys, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the blower motor resistor in a Ford Expedition. Mine happens to be a 2012, and this one is the front blower motor resistor. I have a dual zone in this truck, and I'll show you that in a minute. So what happened to me is everything was fine, and then my AC and heat started blowing out of the vents intermittently. It'd work a little bit, would work sometimes, not others. And if I reached under there and wiggled the wire, it would come off and on. And we're going to dive into this and I'll show you what's going on with it. If you want to buy a blower motor resistor as shown in the video, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video over to our Amazon store, and you can buy it out of there. Alright, so I just turned the key on ignition and there's nothing coming out. And you can see that this is up all the way. I have the auto setting on here. So I have the two zones on this truck, and on the passenger side there's a wire that goes right up to the blower motor resistor. The blower motor resistor is right here. Here's the wire going to it. So as soon as I move the wire, it activates the resistor, and I'll show you what's going on in a second. To remove the blower motor resistor, to change it, you're gonna pull that tab and just pull the plug out, and there are two 9mm screws right here. There's one here and there's one right there. So we've got a 9mm socket set up on a ratchet 1/4" drive. So I'm going to take this out real quick and I'll show you what's going on with it. Okay, so I removed my two screws and now I can pull a blower motor resistor right out. It just slides right out. It's really easy. So what's going on with this thing is, if you look in there, there's a couple of melted terminals that overheated. You can see on the one on the left, second one in, it's kind of melted in there. It's brown looking. It looks like the one next to it to the left has started to kind of act up and melt a little bit too and overheat. So over time, that's what happens with these. The truck's starting to get a little bit old. This is starting to get corroded in here, and the stuff just heats up after a while. Another thing to look out for while you're doing this is check the end, the plug end that plugs into the blower motor resistor. Check it for damage and heat. If these are damaged at all, if they're heated up and this, any of the stuff is melted or looks black, you're going to want to change the pigtail end too. You can buy these. You can buy the whole thing as a kit. Just make sure there's some variations in this. This is a 4-wire setup. I believe some are 2 out there, so just make sure you get the correct one for the truck you have. Here's the replacement one that I have. It's a Dorman one, and it's just like the OE. Includes a gasket on it. So I'm going to put this in place. And it just slides right up and in. And then we're going to secure it back in place with those two screws. Right, so on those two screws, catch them by hand first. You don't want to put the socket on it and then start cranking away. Catch them by hand so you know they're caught right. They're not cross-threaded. Then, snug them up with the your ratchet, your socket. Don't over tighten them. They just need to be a little snug. You don't need to crank down on them. And grab your plug and push it up into place. Give a little tug. Should be clipped in there. And now let's go test the heat. So I just turned the heat on. Everything seems to be working great. Test out the AC. Make sure everything's working all right. All your blend doors are working. All right. We went down. We go back to AC. It seems to be pretty good. So that's all there really is to it. It should take you like 10 minutes to fix this thing. It's not a hard thing to do. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I will reply back to you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of great stuff coming out. Thanks for watching.